See him a beast when he hear that sound like yeah, beat on the beat when he hear that sound like woo. Yeah, bitch and the champ only need one round like ha. Yeah, me, I'm a G bring heat in the sound like.
All right, everybody, Jake Noecker here, Scrap News, welcoming on the hitman himself, Phil Caracappa. Phil, my man, a week from today, you're going to be in the octagon kicking someone's ass. How you feeling?
I feel amazing. I feel like I say it every camp. It's the best I ever felt. But truly, I've cut no corners for this fight. I trained full time finally, and it's the first time in my career I got to train, 3 times a day, and I feel amazing mentally, physically, everything. I'm ready to go.
Love to hear it, dude. And I just talked to your brother Matt recently too, and I feel like the both of you are just in such a good headspace, so motivated, so in shape, ready to go. And I'd love to see that with you guys having fights coming up. And as I mentioned, February 18th, a week from today, you're going to be fighting at United Fight League #1. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is for the Bantamweight Grand Prix.
Correct. Yeah, this is going to be the quarterfinals.
So explain to me kind of
bracket.
how that works. Yeah, break that down.
Yeah, so it's 8 guys in the bracket. We didn't know any opponents or anything. It was like a blind bracket. You sign the contract and then they give you your opponent. So it was cool. It was exciting. It's something different. And yeah, this is their first show. It's Tito Ortiz, Rampage Jackson, Frank Mir. They like combined and have their own show together now. So I'm excited. This is such a cool opportunity for me, and I'm just ready to go out there and perform.
And what does the winner of the Grand Prix get?
The winner, I guess I'm allowed to say it's like a $10,000 prize, and then you also get like 8,000 shares of the company too, which that's never been done before. And you get life insurance, health insurance for a year, which is cool too. So they're the first promotion doing that, and just more of like I did this because I've only fought like a few times in the last few years since I was on the Contender Series. And I was talking to my manager, Ali, and he said, just you got to stay active now. I'm hitting my prime. I just turned 30 years old. So I signed this contract. It's 3 fights this year. And I'm ready to get the ball rolling and, get to my final goal, which is the UFC. So I think this is a great promotion to start that.
Hell yeah, man. And those 3 fights, that could be quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals, right? That's the plan?
Yeah, that's the plan, 100%. But I also have an out in the contract if the UFC calls me before then, I can be out of this contract and go right to the UFC. So that was really what gave me the opportunity to take this fight and take this contract.
And you just mentioned it's United Fight League's first show, UFL 1. That's clean. Sounds nice. How does it feel to be a part of that, man? Like you said, such big MMA heads coming together for such a great promotion.
For sure. I mean, first off, I'm the first fighter out of New Jersey to get health insurance with a promotion, which
Congrats.
is really cool. And I've been hurt a bunch of times in the last few years, and so this is really like exciting for me. Knock on wood that if I did get hurt or something, they're behind my back and they're helping me out, and they're going to make sure I get back in that cage right away. So that's awesome. And then it's crazy how things work out because Tito Ortiz versus Frank Shamrock was the first fight I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
And automatically that's what got me into MMA, which I started watching it from there on. And then it's crazy because Rampage Jackson is my all-time favorite fighter. I base my style, I feel like, through the years off of him. So it's just crazy now. I'm going to be fighting in front of them for their promotion, and I just feel like this was the best opportunity for me.
Have you met any of those guys yet, or I assume you will if you haven't?
No, I haven't met them. They're all out in Arizona, so I'll meet them. I leave next Wednesday, so I'll get the chance to meet all of them, which is really exciting. Frank Mir too, which is cool. And then there's another guy. He's part owner of the promotion, Harrison Rogers. So got to give credit to him because he's definitely a big reason why this show and the health insurance and they're letting us have our own sponsorships. There's fight of the night bonus. So there's a lot of cool little perks with this promotion.
And I mean, they're all fighters, so they understand that side of things, which is why they're trying to treat you guys right.
Exactly. That's the other thing. Yeah, none of them had these things in a promotion before. It's always just you're on your own. You're a freelancer. So now, having fighters own a promotion, they're fighter based and they're trying to help us out too,
Yeah. So, and I mean, months ago when we talked briefly in the DMs, you mentioned you had possibly a Cage Fury, which I'm wearing the shirt, ironically enough, title fight coming up. You briefly told me about how that fell through and what happened, but kind of explain to me why you're not fighting for that title and how UFL came about.
So I mean, my head coach Dante Rivera, said they offered me a title fight against the guy Vilson Negroni.
Mm-hmm.
I said yes right away, and then within a week, like 10 days, apparently he turned it down. So I was like, shit, like I gotta fight. I can't wait around. And this promotion hit me up before them. I told them no because I was like a little weary about signing a 3-fight deal. I've never signed like a more than a 1-fight deal before. So, but once that got turned down, I didn't want to sit around and wait. I would love to fight for the CFFC belt, but this I have so many eyes on me. It's on Rumble, which is cool, and yeah, it's out in Arizona. So like at the end of the day, I kind of want to travel, and the first fight's in Arizona, second fight's in Salt Lake City, Utah. So it's cool. I get to travel and stuff, but I don't know what happened with that fight. I have no idea. I mean, so much respect for Rob Haydak and that promotion. I love those guys, and he's also like he's in my corner too. He's gonna try to help me get into the UFC regardless. So no hard feelings there. If stuff does work out in the future, maybe I will fight for their belt. But this is the opportunity I took. It was right in front of me, so I'm ready to go after it.
Yeah, we love Rob. We love CFFC. Great promotion over there. And
Yeah, they're so professional, and it's literally like the UFC, man. They do everything, interviews, all that. So real cool.
And their t-shirts are freaking amazing. So go buy one if you haven't, people.
Yeah, I got a few of those already. So
great
definitely.
shirts.
I fought for them twice already, so
yeah,
I know what they're all about.
And I'll ask you about your brother in a second because he's also fighting for them again. But real quick, Negromi, the guy who they offered you the title against, he's fighting Ashik Azim on April 1st in CFFC, not for a title. So he's already got a fight booked anyway.
Oh, that's not for a belt?
I don't believe it is. Let me double check real quick because I do have the power of the internet. But I'm wrong. That is for the vacant bantamweight belt. I'm wrong.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what that's about, but I said yes to him. Apparently, he said no to me. Maverick MMA hit me up too, offered me him, said yes. So, I mean, I like to have that fight in the future, but if you don't want it,
For sure,
it is what it is.
I know Sheik. He's a good kid. He fights out of New York. He was on Contender Series and lost this past year, so this should be a good fight. But like I mentioned, your brother Matt, I watched him fight in person at the last CFFC event. Amazing fighter. Talked to him afterwards. Great guy, and he just told me he's looking to fight on that Tampa card coming up in April for CFFC. Let me just ask you, how's he doing? I haven't really talked to him in person in a couple weeks, but I know his energy was up there, his skill levels up there, and
sure.
really his potential and his goals for this year are very ambitious, and I think he can do it.
No, definitely. I mean, he's got a full-time job now. He's living up in North Jersey, so he's hustling, he's grinding right now. He's definitely still training. He's always in shape. So, but yeah, the last I talked to him, he said he's trying to fight on that April Florida card, and yeah, he's trying to keep the ball rolling too. I've seen his interview, and he said that he's trying to get 3-4 fights this year. So, I mean, all of my brothers, all of us are in the gym every day grinding. So, it's cool to see all of us, make it one day.
Yeah, man, for sure. And before we actually get into your fight, let me just ask you about training with your brothers. How many of there are you? There are 3 or 4 of you?
There's 3 of us.
And I mean, you guys train at Dante Rivera's, but what is it like, one, growing up with your brothers, and then 2, training with your brothers in like a professional sense?
It's cool because we all wrestled, so we all have that background. We've always been in the gym together. And then when I first started out MMA, it was at this small gym in Englishtown called Modern Martial Arts. And that was probably like 8-9 years ago now. And they followed my footsteps in there. We were training back then. I was 23 years old. Matt was 20. Nick was like 16, 17. So from gym to gym, now we're at Dante Rivera's. We've been there for a while now. And it's motivating having my brothers in there, man. I'm the oldest, so I try to set an example of working hard and cutting no corners when it comes to training. So it's awesome having us all together. it's cool.
Yeah, man. And I mean, you said you saw my interview with Matt. He certainly looks up to you and definitely feeds off of that like brother power. I'm also the oldest out of my siblings, and you know, when we're all together, we're all stronger. So I can't imagine if we all trained MMA, we'd be unstoppable.
Oh, of course, man. Yeah, it gives you that boost of energy and that drive to keep going. You know.
For sure. And then, you know, you guys train out of Dante Rivera's. I'm hoping to get in there next week or the week after, just meet some of the boys, finally come check it out. How's
Yeah, we
camp
we
going?
got a serious team over there now. I mean, from when I started with Dante, maybe like 6 years ago, we had a totally different fight team. Some of the guys, got older and they're not fighting anymore. We still got one of my longtime training partners, Tim Dooling, still in there. He's doing a Grand Prix in Atlanta, Georgia, in April, and then we just have a list of guys I can go on. Like we have at least 10, 15 guys in there that are either making their pro debut, about to be pros, a few pros. My boy Efren, he's 5-2, I think. He's the Ring of Combat champ now. We got Luke Fernandez about to make his pro debut. Nick Galante, Jerry. I don't want to miss anyone. I'm probably gonna miss some people, but I mean we got killers in there. So that's another thing. It's motivating coming to the gym every night, and we got guys that are just feeding off each other's energy. And we got other gyms coming to our gym now too to train with us, which it's really cool because we got one of the top gyms in Jersey. There's no question about it. You go on Tapology, look at Dante Rivera, BJJ, the records, everyone who we fight. It's just we're killers in there. So I take pride in that too, being from this gym.
And you guys have a reputation like regionally. I'm just saying regionally because I only talk to gyms in this area, you know,
Right.
Pennsylvania, Jersey. But you guys have a reputation for one being a great gym, and two, your guys' cage clinch control is like some of the deadliest, nastiest in the entire world, it seems. So, like, do you guys train that all the time? Is that like one of your guys' signatures?
We're glued to the cage in practice. I mean, our head coach Dante Rivera. I mean that's his bread and butter, is putting you on the cage, breaking you knees, elbows, taking you down, not letting you up. And shout out to my other coach too, Ash. He's been grinding with me so hard. That's our thing. We work on the cage so much. I mean, I branch out to other places to do striking, but when it comes to cage wrestling, cage work, jujitsu, you don't get a better gym. You don't get better coaches like than we have. So
And how's your camp been overall so far? Pretty good.
it's actually been amazing, man. Because I had a full-time job for like a year and a half. I was a site supervisor for a construction company. I wound up getting laid off. Shout out to my boss because he had no more work or whatever it was, and it wound up being such a blessing in disguise because I got so comfortable with my job, making good money for once. Because everyone knows, like with MMA, like it's hard to work a full-time job, train. You don't make a lot of money early on in your career with fighting, so you got to pick and choose. And I got so comfortable. I was just like, my last fight, February last year, on the same date I'll be fighting, I was almost like, if this is my last fight, like this is okay with me. But because of my job and stuff, and it just wound up being a blessing in disguise because 2 months ago I lost my job, and this is the first time in my professional career I was able to train full time. I'm training 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 7 p.m. till the end of the night, and I'm doing that 4 or 5 days a week. I have no days off. My days off are I'm going for a run. I'm hitting mitts with my coach. I'm doing some jiu-jitsu, cage work. Like this is by far the most I've ever trained for a fight, the best I feel mentally, just because I put in so much time, so much effort. And you're gonna see next Saturday night. I mean, this kid I'm fighting is tough as nails. He's 10-3, 10 finishes. But that's what wakes me up every morning. That's what lights a fire under me. Knowing you can look at my record, you can see who I fought. I fought UFC veterans, fought guys in Bellator, good records. I don't take no easy fights, like because I just want to show my real potential. I want to get back to the UFC. That's my main goal. And like you said, regionally we have such a cool gym and such a good gym. This opportunity getting to fight out in Arizona and almost like on the West Coast is I'm gonna bring our gym more views and bring more publicity to our gym and show the rest of the world like what we're really about.
Yeah, man, for sure. And you get the opportunity next Saturday. You're going up against, I might butcher the name, but it doesn't matter. This is your show. Volodya Evasian. Sounds good to me. What are your thoughts on him as an opponent overall? You kind of just dipped into it.
No, yeah, he's tough. I mean, 10-3, 10 finishes. So he's never been to the third round before. I have a bunch of decisions on my record, so I grind out fights. I'm ready to break this kid. I mean, I know it's going to be a firefight. I know he's coming out to try to finish me, but like you said, this is my show. This is my time. He's not working as hard as me. When I'm out at the morning working, training, like there's just nothing that's going to stop me. Like this is my time right now, and he's just another name in the way and another person I got to go out there and break, which is what I'm planning to do.
And from what you've seen of him, whether it's tape or just word of mouth, when it comes to your styles, stylistically, how do you feel that you two match up against each other?
He's short. He's like 5'5", 5'4".
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure I'll have like a reach advantage on him. But he comes forward. He's a pressure fighter. But that's the thing with me. Like if you see me fight, like I could fight on my back foot. I could fight moving forward. I invite the pain. I invite the chaos. Like I love that. Like once I get in there and that door closes, like I'm ready for a war. So I'm expecting like the best him. I know he's trains out of Russia, so like I know this kid's tough. Like everyone from Russia's coming out like trying to kill the other dude. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm just ready to go. I'm so excited. I'm usually nervous, but I'm not that nervous for this fight because I just know the preparation I have and the time I put in is just you can't match that. No one's matching that.
That's a great feeling to have, dude. Do you have something like a prediction, or do you see how this fight's going down? You have an outcome for me, anything like that?
I seriously see myself finishing this kid. I see this kid coming out trying to bang with me. I'm gonna keep my jab out there. Throw some. Also, shout out to my kickboxing coach. I just started working with this camp, Carl Beams, coolest guy. He's got a karate gym in Freehold, and ironically, like that's like my kryptonite is fighting karate guys. So now I'm basing that into my style, and I feel amazing. I'm gonna come out there whether it's finish this kid on the feet with my punches and kicks, or if you can ask anyone in my gym. I got one of the strongest body locks like there is. I'll take this kid down and I'm gonna beat him up because I've been working everywhere for this fight.
Love it, man. For real, dude. Very excited to watch this one go down. And after you get this W, flash forward another 2 fights, you get that Grand Prix W, first Bantamweight Grand Prix champion of UFL. What's next? I know, obviously, UFC is on your mind. Been to Contender Series before. How do you get back there? How do you see that going?
I mean, like I said, I spoke with my manager. He said, get a couple wins, stay active. Because, I mean, yeah, I'm coming off, I think, the biggest win of my career. I beat the 145-pound Ring of Combat champ, James Gonzalez, who has wins over Pat Sabatini in the UFC, Cody Law in Bellator, who was 10-0. So, and that kid's a 145er. So I'm a 35er. I'm a true bantamweight. And I don't even know what your question was. Sorry, I just lost my
No, I just asked you, how are you getting back to the UFC? How do you
Oh yeah, I mean I'm getting back to the UFC by staying active. I mean, I win fights. I go out there and win fights. I lost 2 fights in my career. One was a split decision. The other fight, I mean, I don't make excuses, but I just mentally wasn't there. It was during the pandemic in 2020, and I would love to get that fight back in the future. But if not, I mean, I'm just ready to get the ball rolling, get these wins under my belt, and get back to the UFC because that's where I belong. I know I can hang with those guys. I train with the best guys in the world, and yeah, that's my plan. That's my goal.
I have a prediction. Some would say a bold prediction, predicting that regional fighters are going to make it to the UFC. But I have a bold prediction parlay, and it's that Matt and Phil Caracappa are both going to be in the UFC come 2024. I think I don't think it's a bold prediction, but some people might say it is. So I think you guys got that in the bag. And we're talking about kind of Dante Rivera and how many talented people there are. I'm sure I'll forget someone too, but Nick Galante, Jerry Leshy, Luke Fernandez, Eric Nolan.
Oh, Eric, dude, I forgot Eric. Jesus,
I think
Christ.
You said Eric's name, maybe not.
I didn't say Eric. No,
there you go.
Eric's
Nolan.
friggin' 3 or 4-1. He's coming off a sick knockout for CFFC. He's a beast. I don't even know how I forgot his name, but like I said, I'm so focused on this fight. I'm cutting weight right now, so But and my brother Nick, he's 3-0. We have killers in that gym. Like that's the bottom line, you know.
That's why I forgot them. There's so many freaking killers, dude. I had to write them
There
down
is.
and hope I got them all. But those guys that I mentioned, Eric, Luke, Jerry, Nick, they're all fighting at CFFC. What is that? 117,
Yeah.
118. All the boys going to work.
It's like they always fight on the same card. They're always going like 4-0, 5-0 each card, which is
it's
so
awesome.
cool to see. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, March 31st, April 1st, and we got my boy Joe Schick. He's an OG with me, man. He's been fighting for years now. He's fighting April 1st, the day after, and for CFFC also because they have those back-to-back cards.
Is Joe a Dante guy?
Joe's a Dante guy.
I don't know Joe yet, so I'll have to meet him.
He's been in the game for a real long time. He's fought for Ring of Combat. He has one of the craziest knockouts for CFFC. If you look him up and check that out.
Say less.
Yeah, he's fighting April 1st. That's one of my longtime training partners too. So shout out to him.
And just something I'm wondering, because as you just mentioned, Dante kind of schedules the fights, get 4 or 5 of the boys on the cards at the same time. You're fighting next week. Everyone's kind of not just training, but in fight camp mode, fight camp energy. Does that change the atmosphere at the gym?
100%. I mean, we feed off each other. We're not in there just messing around, just getting in shape. We're always in shape. And like you said, we're always training for fights. So just the energy in our gym, if and when you come by, you'll see it, you'll feel it. It's just such a grind in there,
Yeah, I'm excited to make it in. I'm gonna hit up Dante soon. Like I said, like next week, the week after, I'd love to come in there and get some interviews and get my ass kicked on the mats for a little while.
No,
so
it'll be fun. It'll be a good time.
Luke said he grappled me, and I grappled. You know Ian Austin?
What was his name?
Ian Austin. He's like a Philly guy. Marquez MMA, Semper Fi.
I'm not sure. The name sounds familiar though.
He's CFFC, but I grappled with him for like, I don't know, 10 minutes.
Oh,
grappling with like real purple belts, real black belts. Y'all are different, man. Y'all are different.
Oh, yeah. I mean, especially if you get a lot of our guys are wrestlers first too. So, I mean, we've been grappling our entire lives. So it's like second nature to us,
Dude, you watched Jerry's pro debut, I assume, correct?
Of course, yeah, I was there.
Tough. All right, well, I didn't meet you. I was there too, but tough loss for Jerry. Excited for him to get back in there, but
Jerry's a tough ass dude, man. Tough ass dude. He comes in there, he's brawling out with anyone, don't matter who it is. He's got balls of steel, the kid, and yeah, I really respect him, and he's tough. I felt terrible that he lost that decision, but that lit a fire under him, man. He's in that gym every day, working his ass off, and I can guarantee a finish from him March 31st. Put my money on that.
That fight was just such it was a perfect example. Even though he didn't get the win, it was just a perfect example of like the grit and absolute grind you guys put on. It was awesome.
For sure. I mean, yeah, he's tweaking those little things now. He's fixing what he needs to fix, and you'll see a better, more advanced fucking kid next time out. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Can't wait. And Phil, we've been talking fighting for 25 minutes now. One more question for you, not necessarily fight related. I ask everyone this because, you're more than the fighter. You're a human being. So when you're not training, when you're not fighting, if that is ever a time in your life, what the hell are you doing? How do you spend your free time, man?
What do I do in my free time?
And even not just free time, just hobbies, interests, stuff like that.
I'm a diehard Met fan. So when I'm not fighting, I go to like 5 to 10 Met games a year. I'm a huge sports guy. Football, basketball. I have a girlfriend of 3 years, so a lot of my free time gets spent with her. And I got a dog over here with my roommate.
What's up, pups?
He's a handful, but no, I mean that's it, bro. I live, eat, and breathe fighting. I swear to God, I really do. It's in my blood. I love it. So even when I'm not training, I'm whether it's watching fights like tonight, we got the Islam Volk fight. I'm so excited for that. And there's nothing better than watching the UFC fights a week before your fight. It just lights that extra fire under. You know what I mean?
Damn good card to watch tonight too. Who you got in that one, Islam or Volk?
I mean, my heart says Islam, just because I just can't see anyone stopping that wrestling. I know how tough he is and how strong he is, but I want Volk to win. I love Volk. You can't not like that guy. He's the GOAT. And every time I see him fight, every time, like I literally say to whoever I'm watching, I'm like, he's the best guy in the UFC, best guy in the world. But we're gonna see tonight. I mean, we'll see if the size difference, the wrestling plays a factor. But that's truly someone I look up to, man. Like he's got no fear. I mean, what's his nickname? The Great.
The Great.
And I was just watching his interview the other day, and they said, this is why they call you the Great. And he said, after Saturday night, you'll be calling me the greatest. So that like really stuck with me and like hit home.
That's a clean line, man. That's clean. I
It
hope he
really
gets
is.
it done, but them Dagestans, they don't mess around.
Yeah. Yeah, well, hopefully Volk gets it done tonight against the Russian, and then I get it done next Saturday night against the Russian. So
Facts, dude, 100%. And what about Yair, Josh Emmett, co-main event?
Josh Emmett, first off, I don't even know how that's a title fight.
Yeah, it's weird.
But Josh Emmett's a beast. I mean, he's a dog. He comes out there friggin' just pure grit, grind, fucking throwing haymakers. But I think Yair could ease out a decision on him. He's like not a point fighter, but he's dangerous. I think he's going to keep his distance, work those kicks, those elbows, his flashy style, and I think he'll grind out. A unanimous decision.
And I know you said you're a big Mets fan. I already knew that. Are you a Giants fan?
No, sadly I'm a Jets fan.
Dude, I was excited to talk some smack because I'm a big Eagles fan, and it's
Oh
my
well,
weekend.
I'm rooting for the Eagles, so
Thank you.
100%.
Well, as a Jets fan, yeah, but if you were Giants, you'd probably be upset, and I wanted to talk some smack.
Yeah. Jet fan, so I have no competition because we're like at the bottom of the barrel right now. But
You guys look pretty good this year, though.
Eagles, definitely rooting for the Eagles, and hopefully the Jets get Aaron Rodgers this offseason. So that'd be cool,
That would be awesome. And I just said the Jets had a pretty good season this year compared to a long time. So
no, yeah, we did. It was just tough with the quarterback. Like Zach Wilson's just not him,
Yeah, no, not him. But that would be awesome, man. Aaron Rodgers, that'd be sick. And Phil, last thing from me before we get out of here, you got tons of fans, the whole Caracappa clan, Dante clan, all of Jersey, the region behind you, a lot of supporters, family, friends, you name it. Anything you'd like to say to everyone? The mic is now yours.
I just want to shout out all my teammates, my brothers, my parents, my girlfriend. But I just want to, and shout out also my roommate. He's helped me so much. My boy Drew Mornett. He's actually he's fought a bunch of times in celebrity boxing. He fought Wide Neck. He fought that guy that just punched Dylan Dennis in the face. What's his name?
Anthony Taylor.
Anthony Taylor. He beat him. And now he's out in Georgia right now for a 3-month camp for AEW with Cody Rhodes, and he's trying to get into that scene now. So, but he's also, I look at him as like my agent. He helped me out so much with this fight. He handles all my paperwork, all the stuff I don't want to deal with. So I would big time shout out to him. And then the other two are just my coach Ash. He's been working with me literally day and night, every morning, every night. He's checking in on me all day long. He's, motivating me. And then also shout out to my coach, Carl Beams. He's been such a big help in this camp for me. And he keeps my head on straight. And, he's really keeping me focused. Actually, one more guy too. I haven't even brought him up. I have another coach, George. He's one of my jiu-jitsu coaches, but I look at that guy as a mentor. He, before I took this fight, maybe 3 months ago, I was like in a kind of a low place, and just because I want to get back to the UFC, and I'm just like I don't want to keep fighting for these local promotions. And ever since my dog passed away last year, a week before my fight, going out to that fight, I didn't want to fight that fight. I was extremely depressed because I lost my dog a week before it, and he told me, you got to go out there, honor your dog, which that really stuck with me. And I went out there and I fucking grinded that win out. And then 3 months ago, I was contemplating what I'm doing, like I said, because I had a full-time job and everything. And he just speaks a lot of good things to me and keeps me motivated. So shout out to George Samuelson too. And that's really it.
That's great, man. I'm glad you have such a supportive circle around you, dude. And we were just talking about
really
the pups, man. Both our pups' anniversary just passed. So sorry to hear, man.
Yeah, that was the toughest thing I ever been through in my life. I had that dog since I was 18. I have 21 fights under my belt, amateur, pro. She's been there for all of them. It's been the one constant in my life, no matter what. And yeah, I'm still struggling with that, but every day, you know, you just gotta put one foot in front of the other and just keep going. You know.
Are you a tattoo guy?
Huge, yeah, huge tattoo. I got my
You
whole
loaded?
loaded up, my whole leg, almost my whole leg, and then I got my entire arm done. Shout out to two of my tattoo artists,
Sick.
Andrew Saray and Mitch Boggs. There's my dog right there.
So the reason I asked that is what I did. I have, you can hardly see it. It's real small. I don't know how to angle it, but I have me and my dog fishing right there. My dog's next to me.
Oh yeah,
And
wow, that's awesome.
what I did though is I took some of my dog's ashes, and my dad owns a tattoo shop, and I actually put the ashes in the ink. So I actually have some of my dog in me. You can do that, man. It's like totally carbon safe. So ask your guy about it. Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely gonna do that now that you said that, because I have her ashes on my nightstand, and I've been thinking maybe put it in like a thing on my chains.
Yeah.
But that's a wild idea. I'm definitely gonna check that out for sure. Thank you. Man.
It helped give me some closure, man, because like, you know, always a part of me now type stuff. And
of course, yeah, literally.
And it's
That's
a cool
awesome.
idea.
Definitely. No, that is. I never heard of that. So
Got you.
That's wild.
And if your guy won't do it, let me know, because my dad will do it and it's completely safe.
Nah, my boy will do it for sure.
Cool. But Phil, that's all I got for you today, man. Thank you so much for joining me. Everybody go follow Phil. I'll link his social medias below in the description. And make sure you don't miss UFL 1, United Fight League #1, February 18th. And Phil, man, good luck. Kick ass. And ladies and gentlemen, Grand Prix winner. I got him here for an interview.
You already know it, bro. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate the interview. And best of luck with everything you're doing too. I see you.